You counting stars, should've practiced more. Should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
What's good, everyone? Salute everyone that's in the building. My fault. Time I get, you know do these lives. Sometimes people be hitting me up, but thanks for letting me know. You know what I'm saying? Those of you that's in the chat, thanks for letting me know. Mr. Pass, salute to you, bro. Um, it's on mute, just in case you didn't intend to have it on mute. For sure. Appreciate that info. Appreciate the intel. You know what I'm saying? DBMH, salute WCS, salute to you, DBMH. Velocity on deck. What's good? They putting the clickbait blame on Brian Custer. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Alexander on deck. What up, WCS? I was catching up on the last video on YTC and the clickbait. Yes, sir. So I was just saying, I wanted to first mention Brittany Griner. She pled guilty to possession, right? But without intent. She didn't know. She didn't purposely carry that with the intent of trying to do it illegally. You know what I'm saying? She mistakenly, packed it or what have you. She's going to deal with that in court. You know what I'm saying? She's going to deal with that in court. And it says the Russian authorities say they found vape cartridges with zero point 0.7 grams of cannabis oil in her luggage. Ms. Griner arrived in February to play basketball. So the positive aspect of her pleading guilty, it pretty much speeds up the case. If she would have pled not guilty, it would have had, she would have had to find some way to get representation and all that. She pled guilty. It's nothing else to really talk about except, how much time they plan on giving her, what influence of communication is going on, if any, between Russia and the U.S. I know they have a prisoner over here who was accused of some heinous acts of crime, man. Dealing with arms sales and creating manifestos for terrorism allegedly and all this other stuff, right? He's currently locked up doing 25 years. Brittany Griner, they say, is her potential time will be 10 years. And also for Cain Velasquez, Cain Velasquez took a shot at the suspect of molesting his son, I believe, allegedly. And he followed the guy and attempted to shoot him and missed and hit somebody else in the truck. They refused to get this man bail, which is all bad because his family has just been going through turmoil right now, man. It's just unbelievable, the innocence that was stolen from his kid with this grown ass pervert, I don't have no mercy for shit like that, bro. Real talk. I just hope both of them are able to return back to freedom at one point in time. Hopefully that works out great for them. I've been getting a lot of positive input on my lives dealing with the YouTube, the YTC. For some people, they just don't want to hear it because they feel like I'm talking about them. I'm talking about the entire precipitation that is basically ruined YouTube. My title is Facts YTC Spence channel is furious. They are. The Spence channel is furious, man. And we're gonna talk about that last. But I gotta get to Mayweather. Have y'all noticed the video that Mayweather put out, right? How he was basically underlining some real life positions that people should understand. It seems like to me he was telling people to play their positions because in real life, no matter what anybody say, I know what's going on right here at PBC. Regardless of what you want to respect, I know I'm a shot caller and shaking a mover here, and you need to respect that. He might not have put all the names out there, but guess what? He's saying if you don't understand how long I've been in this game and know that I'm him, Mayweather saying I'm him. I have influence on the decision. You know what I'm saying? I'm him. But have you noticed that how he's been complimenting Canelo and how Canelo complimented Floyd Mayweather's fighter? That's not something just by coincidence. This is well planned by the genius himself, Floyd Mayweather. This is absolutely well planned and thought out from Mayweather. When have Canelo When have Canelo came up here and said something that Gervonta is his favorite fighter, and now from past weeks, Floyd was up here talking about Canelo's easy work. Easy work. He was easy work, in which he did make it look easy now. But Floyd was like, yo, Canelo easy work, man. Come on. You seen what I did to that. Come on, man. He was easy work. Now he's complimenting Canelo. He's saying he may do well. He will do well. He will get it back against Dimitri Bivol. No doubt about it. He has faith in him. He's saying, hey, I can't knock him. He's a future Hall of Famer. All this mutual compliments that's going back and forth is all to set up something. Watch what I'm telling you. Watch what I'm telling you, bro. Watch what I'm telling y'all. This is a plan. They're drawing up the scheme. They're just putting it out there to the media that's always on the edge of their seats. That's exactly what they're doing. Mayweather and Canelo has a plan. Canelo to say Gervonta Davis is his favorite fighter, and for Mayweather to begin to compliment Canelo. There's something going on that involves money. It involves money. It's going to involve the actual paper, currency that you spend on a daily basis, and also it's involving money, Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't, his ego too big for him to just, put the kickstand down and say, hey, come here, let me holler at you, Canelo. Let me say some good things about Canelo. No, just past, several weeks ago, he was saying, oh man, he was easy work. He felt that Canelo was getting all the shine, and Floyd had to remind people, man, he was easy work. What's my record? Tell me what my record is. No, hold up. Let's address this first. If you look on the right side of my boxing register, what that say? What's that number? Well, no, hold on. Tell me what the number is. 0, right? Okay, that's all I need to know. Well, if you look at Canelo's record, what does it say right now? 2. Okay, that's all I need to know. Now he's in the good graces. He's complimenting Canelo. Something's up. Remember, I told you about it ahead of time. Okay, I told you about the dog show ahead of time. Assume your battle positions because it's going to be incoming. Watch, it's something going on with them that's going to make money. Watch, everything Floyd does is for the benefit of himself and PBC. Remember, I told you that shit. Andrew Charles on deck. What's good? Flex Lewis, salute to you. Well, WCS, I was catching up on the last video. Shout out to my guy Showtime. Shot News on deck with it. Shout out to the team Jihad Tucker. Salute. Flex Lewis say salute, respect OG, checking in. Appreciate you there, Flex. Real talk. Appreciate you, bro. Plain and simple. She effed up. We shouldn't be swapping shit. I don't agree with that. Because you're talking to somebody who's been in a foreign country. All right, several. You're talking to a person who've known certain people to be in situations that's not necessarily black and white. Real talk. It's not necessarily black and white. It's certain things. You look, put it this way. I'm gonna give you a perfect example of me coming out the city and getting stationed overseas for the first time, right? And certain things I couldn't have in my luggage. I mean, you can't be told everything. You can't be told everything. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Sometimes you make mistakes. But why are we so quick to jettison our people and just throw them to the trash? Fuck it. They had a little roach in there, huh? Well, he shouldn't smoke with a suitcase open. God damn it. He should be more careful. Man, come on, man. Y'all are tough, man, for whatever reason. If that was goddamn Justin Bieber up in them, please let him go. I gotta hear some more of his albums. Juice Lee on deck. What's good? Salute WCS. Salute to you, my brother. Say your blood gave you credit on the show today. Hey, shout out to Blood, man. Shout out to Blood Boxing. Real talk. I tune in. I've been tuning in the blood, but you know what I'm saying. I've been doing it more of recent, comment. But shout out to Blood Boxing, man. I fuck with Blood, man. Real dude. You know what I'm saying? A real one. And appreciate that info, Mr. Pads. So let's get down to the grit of what has these eyebrows raised a little bit. You know what I'm saying? These teeth, gritted teeth out here. Motherfuckers biting their lips. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn clenched fist. You know what I'm saying? Pacing back and forth. The YTC has been put up in turmoil, man. It's in a frenzy right now because Errol Spence said facts. Not only did he say facts, it's some Spencerholic channels out here that's confused as if they're beneath that fact, that banner. Is he talking about me in response to that guy and what he said? Is he talking about me? Look, these cats are feeling some type of way, I'm telling you. Check this out. These guys are feeling some type of way with the fact they have to do self-reflection, people. These cats are doing self-reflection all from random black guy. A random black guy made a post and Spence agreed to it. Y'all already read it. You know what it's about. But when he said, y'all YouTube motherfuckers, those three right there, goddammit, those three right there, y'all YouTube motherfuckers, goddammit, y'all YouTube motherfuckers made a lot of money on Eric. I haven't. I don't do this shit for money like that. But I understand where they're going at. I understand where they're trying to drop the liability in the laps of those clickbait channels, which I was speaking about before this text or this tweet even hit the airwaves. I was speaking about this shit, bro. I've been speaking about it heavy in the last couple of weeks. I've been speaking about the shit heavy because I'm just disgusted. I'm just disgusted at how they're doing just like random black guy is talking about. Regardless of how critical I am of Errol Spence, that doesn't mean I can't agree with him calling out the dudes who I have an issue with when it comes to YouTube, because they're putting out content that's fooling the audience and it's messing up for everybody. Real talk. In the Marine Corps, we had this saying: if one of y'all fuck up, all y'all fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So we live in a community where people don't know how to do process of elimination and sort it down to the source of the problem. They sort it all out, filter it, and then they find the source of the problem. They don't do that. They just include everybody in it because it's much more easier. You know what I'm saying? Just to group everybody together and say, all y'all fucked up. No, it's in groups of channels that's known to be correlated to this comment right here. What you speak about correlates you to hold culpability with the comment that was made about you YouTube MFers. I know that dug deep. I know that pierced your heart. I understand. I know a lot of y'all was sitting up there with your right hand over your goddamn chest. I know you was breathing a little bit heavy, panting and shit. Just like we in I Am Legend when he finally, cut the light on in the room and saw the motherfuckers breathing heavy. That was pretty much what went on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers was panting and shit. They was mad as hell because Errol Spence said facts, y'all. Understand how important that was for Errol Spence to say facts. Because if me and some of my colleagues say some shit like that, if me and Showtime is up here having a conversation about some shit like this, they just take it as if, oh, well, it's the H word, it's the hate, it's the hate that's going on, right? But yet Errol Spence, he comes out and say one word. It means everything to the YouTube universe, every fucking thing. Oh my God, who is he talking about? Is he talking about us? After all we did with him? After all the shit? Oh my. I mean, it becomes incredible. The effect is everlasting, dog. This now changes up a lot because now you have people jumping on and say, well, I'm gonna be honest with you, check this out, man. Well, I'm gonna be honest, man. Real talk, I don't think he's speaking on me, dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's speaking on me, dog. I know for a fact, dog. Shawty, listen to me. I don't think he talking about us, bro. He can't be talking about us because we fuck with him heavy, dog. We fuck with him heavy. He's talking about you. Let me break the news. Breaking, 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 breaking. He's talking about you. Real talk. He's talking about you. How do you want to handle that? All I will say is find somebody to seek therapy because this isn't going away. This isn't going away, man. Let's get to the reality of YouTube. It needs to be cleaned up anyway. We need to sanitize this platform so that boxing thrives a lot better. Not cliques getting together and speaking the same narrative. And then when they find out a narrative that's gonna garner more views for them and be more financially productive, they're gonna continue to do the same thing. This is gonna get worse and worse and worse for us because they're gonna say we don't have no credibility. We got to stick with the credibility, man. Big dog on deck. What's good? Hello, them I Am Legend zombies was geeked up. I know, right? That's how they were in that room there, Showtime. Shit, they was in that room, all gathered together, face together, standing up, just breathing heavy. Oh shit, they didn't know what to do. Can y'all believe that? Don't say anything, man. It's not in the script. Just sit here and just pant back and forth. Just catch your breath. Just catch your breath. I mean, it's serious, y'all. This shit is serious, man. That shit goes to show you how much power these boxers have when they use it correctly. They don't even have to say full sentences. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say it was necessary for Spence to put facts, you know what I'm saying? One of the most abused words in the vocabulary when it comes to the YTC was that it was getting out of control. And they believe they was doing Spence justice by creating lies, coming up with false timelines, saying they had these sources that didn't exist, especially for the information they was distributing on YouTube. It was getting out of hand. It was too much. It was almost like a outbreak. It was an outbreak, man. And we just wanted to know where was the source at? Where was the source to verify July 4th? That's what fucked it up. You got a little bit comfortable thinking you had a bunch of mannequins dropping super chats and then in live chats and everything when they was actually people. People were in your live chat. The people start to respond. You know what I'm saying? You can't come enamored with your own ego and forget that you have live humans. You know what I'm saying? Not bots, live freaking humans. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was living in a sensation too much. Hold on for a second. All right. YouTube full of shout out to King Mitch on deck, man. YouTube full of bitch ass narratives and fake truth. Most fighters can identify the bullshit easy, especially Spence. He's one of the most discussed. Spence is one of the most discussed, and most of the time when Spence is discussed, Terrence Crawford is in the equation too. That's when it becomes very abrasive when it comes to YouTube. It's not even, talking in a carefree manner. It becomes abrasive. Like, I know if I pop up on certain people's channels, which it's a lot of pro Spence channels, when you pop up there, they really don't want to say anything to you. And I'm fine with that. Because me, I'm just supporting the channel. I'm just dropping through to see what you have to say about the topic or whatever. I support the channel whenever I choose to, drop a super chat here and there if I feel like it. But besides that, it will remain lukewarm at the end of the day. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna be lukewarm. That's all. It's nothing else to it. I'm glad Spence spoke out on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad. I'm glad he sat up there and agreed to a dude who was talking shit about YouTubers. Now, we know we have a whole lot of channels on YouTube, right? So the ones who are actually feeling some type of way, the ones who are disgruntled over this whole situation, they're feeling the most guilty. Listen to what I'm telling you. They're absolutely feeling the most guilty. They have resigned oneself to in a pool of guilt because they felt like, oh man, I did so much for him and he don't fuck with YouTubers. Guess what? That's what I've been telling y'all. I've been trying to tell y'all. What are y'all gonna try to do to grow your channel beyond the YouTube? What are you gonna try to do? Because right now you're still beneath the umbra of YouTube, the platform that allows you to have a voice to a point. But when you're talking about fighters and they're listening and you believe every time you should come up with topics that's absolutely false, BS, and you're trying to lead these people along, it ain't fun, man. This shit ain't fun no more. Because when you talk to people and you have absolutely nothing to do with these groups, they try to put you in the same groups of these individuals. And we're actually trying to do it the right way. That's all I'm saying. They rattled right now. They absolutely rattled, bro. Shout out to Team Spence, just for Spence, really, for agreeing with that guy. The channels I watch don't be on that fake info, though. I feel you. I feel you. But I'm just talking about the when it extends outside the perimeters of YTC, where you have to go and communicate and network with these people out at the fights. When you link up with the teams and when you see certain individuals that tune in to YouTube, you don't want that to be fragmented. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that bond, that the connection that you have to be fragmented off the strength of individuals clicking up together and passing the same narrative that doesn't make any sense. It's okay to have passion about what you do, but when it boils down to it, and passion turn to ego, and then ego have you becoming a full-time narcissist, then that's an issue. Real talk. That is the explosive side of the house. That's when you start to fuck up a lot of people that's around you. Huge difference between bias and false information, though. Yes, sir. I agree with that. Big difference. But look, when you have people dropping information, and then when you basically have a rebuttal to it, the first thing out their mouth, they believe you hating. Okay, for one, they believe you hating. Because we don't have phone numbers to all this. I don't. We don't have phone numbers to all these individuals. They think you hating. And then when they always talk about black this, black that, we can communicate no, it's not like that. It's not like that on YouTube. No. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Has nothing to do with black unity, none of that shit. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Egress from that situation all the way. Separate yourself. That is not true. These dudes emote on demand. If one person is sitting up here going at a channel who has a problem with fake news, a lot of these cats will join in just because it's fun. Oh, I fuck with so and so. I fuck with so and so. So you don't think you've been fucking with the wrong person for a long period of time? That haven't hit you? You might have been fucking with the wrong person for a long period of time. It haven't dawned on you. That's a brutish reality, right? You choose to hang around the people because y'all all in the same area, and might live in the same footprint, might be a part of the same clique, all that. That doesn't mean that y'all can't be wrong. Y'all shouldn't be in your feelings about Errol Spence checking y'all ass. Cause I felt no type of way about it. I listened to it, I heard it, but believe me, when I got off YouTube, it didn't exhaust the rest of my day. Real talk. That shit didn't exhaust the rest of my day, Shouty. But I did come on and talk about it because I feel it's important. And people cannot say I wasn't talking about this shit for the last couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. I've been talking about how YouTube is just infested with clickbait and fake news. And these are boxing channels that are putting that out. And they don't want to admit to it. First, I started off with the question marks. And to this individual that love trying to, act like you all intelligent and everything, you know. And look, you'll find a common denominator. I said this about Anthony Joshua back in the day. You'll find a common denominator with individuals who believe their intelligence is on the top tier of human beings that exist in life. Every time that they try to um, argue what you're doing, or subliminally say, you know, you're not doing this, they always want to say you're not smart. You're not making any sense. They don't know what they're talking about. They're not making any sense. Yes, if you just listen to common shit, just basic English of what somebody's telling you, it'll make sense. Because in order for a person to deny that you're making sense, they would have had to process what you said and then turn back around and come back with a biased response, knowing damn well they understood what you said from the start. It's ego, bro. It's very much an ego problem. People get loose on YouTube. They get extremely loose. They feel they bigger than what they are. And you definitely have individuals on here that understands the magnitude of this Spence Crawford situation, and they've chosen to take advantage of it. They chose to take advantage, bro. They put the motherfucking audience in their crosshairs and they fire off every time they get a chance. They don't care who's the victims, the ones that get their feelings hurt. They don't care. Oh yeah, Dion. And Dion, man, look, Dion. I have to say, he was the distributor. I have to blame him for goddamn distribute this shit, man. Before I even had a chance to really take a look at it, I just saw your chats getting deleted, huh? Oh, you ain't talking about me, okay? Yeah, you ain't talking about over here. I don't think nobody's. Let me see. What? Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I don't know why Mr. Pad's message was being deleted. Hey, appreciate that information. I don't know why that was the case. He wasn't saying anything fucked up. It must be something I don't know. But you know, I rinsed you up, man. I'm not sure what that's about. I have to talk to Showtime about that. I don't know why he was down, why he was goddamn deleting you for real. He deleted velocity cuts too. What's going on? I have no idea. I don't know. I do not have an idea. Even look, let me see. I don't know what that's about. What did he say? But anyway, let me get back to the task, man. Let me get back to the task. Thanks for that info. Whoever dropped that info. Yeah, I gotta. I'll handle that later. Somehow, some comments was the comments that wasn't even warrant a deletion, but I fixed it though. Hey, what's going on, Trick Note? What's good? Mark Nash in the building. Salute. Um, I don't know. I got to talk. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why you did that, but I'll talk to you later. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Wrenches. If they're not saying anything fucked up, Mr. Pass come over here all the time. You know, Velocity, he comes over here too. So I'm not sure what that was about, but I fixed it. But back to the game, right? So right now, these particular channels that feel that they was in a line of fire by that one word that comes down to Spence saying facts, they feeling some type of way. Now I don't really know how this is going to affect them moving forward. Are they still going to have that same motivation to cover Spence when he just co-signed on a dude that said the YouTube motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? The YouTube MFers, the YouTube MFers. Are they going to have the same motivation to go out here and say, are we doing too much? You know what I'm saying? Is Spence appreciating what we doing? I mean, is he talking about you, me? Who is he talking about? Now you know damn well in your heart, if you're the one that's putting clickbait titles, you are the guilty party. And it ain't no way around that. You're the guilty party. Period. You can fake like you don't know what you're doing, but you're the guilty party. And then, when people actually click to tune in and it's something absolutely different, it's more than 7 or 8 channels out here doing this shit. That's a problem, man. And it has nothing to do with you personally. It has something to do with the actions that you keep persistently being a part of. You keep executing these actions and they keep going, in rotation where people are looking at YouTube like it's a joke. That's all we saying. That's all we saying when it comes down to it at the end of the day, man. I think I'm gonna take all the wrenches away and start from scratch. I don't think I really need 107. What? Wow, 179. I'm nowhere close to no 179. Damn, that's wild. 179 wrenches? Man, that's charity work right there, Mark, for real. God damn. Hey, King, he's more sane now, bro. He's a big Boots fan now. Um, Showtime, it appears with the name of the person who timed them out. Yeah, I don't know. I'll talk to him, cat, later, man. You know what I'm saying? In an arms race, who can break the news first? It doesn't matter who breaks the news first on this platform. It doesn't matter. Look, somebody else with a platform just as big as you, their people are gonna break the news too. It don't matter if it's second, third, fourth, fifth. You break the news, yeah, you're gonna get um the front end, but yet you have fans that tune in to these other channels. They're gonna tune into their shit too because they support them. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Listen, this is how you figure it out. If you go to the ones who break the news first, and then you go to the other channels that break the news, that have a huge following, they have a large amount of subscribers. If you give it a couple of days, the numbers aren't going to be that much different. It's gonna be a full sprint in the beginning when the news is broken, right? Until some other channels get a hold to it. Boom, drop the vid, and you're gonna have this income and this influx of freaking viewers that's gonna tune in because they fuck with that channel too. So they fuck with this channel, and they might read the news. They're gonna come over here and goddamn provide that attention to the channel they really rock with. They just was able to see it first over here. It really doesn't matter, man, at the end of the day, because you're going to get the amount of views you're going to get, but ultimately it's how much views you're going to get on top of that in recession. How can you continue to expound upon that? That's the biggest deal for me. Miss say Showtime wrench fell out of his pocket and smacked pads and velocity over there. Oh. Oh, okay. It's all good, man. Showtime's solid though, man. I don't know what was that about, but it's all good. Look, it ain't life threatening, y'all. It's not life threatening, man. And Trick, I didn't even know you didn't have a wrench, to be honest. I didn't know. Thanks for the wrench, W says, man. I almost asked for a box cutter and a thumbtack. Salute to you, your work. I didn't even know you didn't have one. I say, damn, how could Trick not have a wrench? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? How is that not the case? I seen on YTC, but the thing is, he's unintentionally funny. Yeah, Mitch, pick his time and place to come in and goddamn dropping obscenities all over the place. You know what I'm saying? F that. F that person. F him. F her. Shit. Sir Kid, what's good with it? World Combat Sports salutes. Salute to the wrenches and salute to the chat. Smash the like. What's going on with it, Ken? Appreciate you once again. Salute to you. He said, gotta have accountability and be able to take criticism. If I don't apply, let it fly. If it does, check yourself and be better. No biggie. I wish it was like that. I wish it wasn't always evolving into a warlike situation on YouTube. That's all. That's what it is. It's almost like these cats hearing Spence say facts is bad news. When in fact, you cannot say that you are the owner or the overseer of YouTube. So it shouldn't affect you like it's a direct hit. Like you go to the beach sometime and you up there eating a strawberry funnel cake and shit. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden a seagull drops a big one on you. Plaque. Because they don't care. They're ruthless. Seagulls are ruthless. They say, you're not feeding me anything. They have spot on accuracy. They'll fly through there and they'll drop that load. Black. Once a seagull shit on your shit, whether it be your head, your shirt, it's done. It ain't wiping that shit off and continuing about your day. No. If you're smart, you would have bought an extra shirt or whatever. That's what these do. They act like, they've been shitted on, man. You can't take ownership of YouTube. All you are is a microcosm. You know what I'm saying? All you're doing is just putting in all this labor to basically have a channel to grow and get more exposure. I guarantee you 5 years from now, if you take 15 of these channels, 5 years from now, these channels that's doing all this clickbait shit and all this other, they wouldn't have grown any more than what they are now. I'm not being a hater. I'm just telling you what I know about, the progress, the percentage of progress you can achieve over the years. It's some people that's became rich off YouTube, but come on, let's be honest with ourselves. Your whole intent is either the one, expand to a different level of media distribution. You know what I'm saying? To get sponsorships. That's how you grow. when you don't have to then use your own money to invest. You have a team to help you out with your live streams. You can sit up here, yell, kick, and scream for the next 5 years, and I'm gonna be here like, man, that trip was good. Glad to be back home. Man, that sunshine in Kaluas, god damn. Whew, man. I mean, oh, so-and-so still on here screaming? Oh, man, they still mad what Errol Spence said? Dog, you gotta let the shit go. Let the shit go, man, for real. $179, big dog. Doug, what's good? I mean, it's your channel. You can do what you like, bro. Nah, man, shout out to Rick Glazer, man. Shout out to Rick Glazer, dog. Shout out to the infamous Rick Glazer. Trick say, W says, you're not gonna believe this. What? What happened? Every diehard Spence channel felt some type of way. They was like, EJ was right for you. Like I said, if it don't pertain to you, can't you just ignore it? Or you want to just say, hey, that was our idol. Our idol actually responded. He didn't respond by name. That's how, look, that's how sensitive I've always said the Spencerholics were. They very sensitive individuals. And look, we done sit up here and said somewhat the same shit on YouTube. We've said this. Turn around, Errol Spence says it, and all it hits home. Oh shit. Hey, private chat at 4:00. Private chat at 4:00. Pass the word. 4:00, private chat. Send the link. Hurry up. I want max participation. We have to figure this out. We definitely have to figure it out. By golly, figure it out. Was he talking about us? What I want to hear from everybody in the room. Was he talking about us? Because we don't put soap. I'm about to take down his videos. Anybody have his number? No. Derek James? No. God damn. Do we have anybody number that's inside Alcatraz? Anybody? We got to figure this out, man. These cats on here are at a point in their YouTube career where they're battling denial. They're battling this sense of denial that Spence said facts to a dude who said the YouTube MFers, the clickbaiters. You know what I'm saying? He was basically just dropping an open-ended statement on YouTube. How it tied into boxing is that he mentioned Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. That's why. So I don't see Terrence Crawford fans getting upset. I don't see Terrence Crawford fans getting upset. All I see is the Errol Spencerholics getting totally immersed in this shit as if Spence said facts and he was talking about them. Which he was. He was, man. It comes down to a time and day, man, that the sun shines just a little bit brighter. And God damn it, he dropped the heat on them. I was talking about y'all, the clickbaiters. Don't feel no type of way about it to the point where it becomes troublesome and it's stopping you from going out here and going to work. Just be smart, man. Be strong. You know what I'm saying? Be a better you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Don't be weak, frail, and brittle. Come on. I'm here to motivate. I want to get you back on track. You know what I'm saying? If I reach out to you, there's no need for belligerency. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm not here to attack you, you know what I'm saying, and raise your sense of comfort. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. Aren't we Showtime? Showtime, we're here to help, right? That's all. We're here to help. That's all I'm saying. We're here to help you. And the only way we're going to be able to help if you let go of denial. You need admission. Admit your guilt and be done with it. Move the fuck on. That's it. Be a soldier and move the fuck on. I saw some dude posted Spence was asking for 100 million, like Jalen Brunson. YouTube. No, that's definitely click. I know exactly who you're talking about. He was just being he was just bloviating the point he was trying to make for fun. Just trying to get some laughs and being comedic. It happens on YouTube. Many YouTube channels fit the descriptions under facts, not only a few who claim to support big fish. That fact word is just abused. You know what I'm saying? It's abused. Trick no say 68 subs and 3 videos on my channel. Video have no audio and no video. Has me filming a red-shouldered hawk because I bird watch. Michelle Joe first accused me of stealing her content. What? What? I don't know exactly how to piece all that together. I have to really focus on it after I'm done, but people are sensitive about you clipping their videos and using it. And they can have the biggest platform ever, but just little old you just starting off, if you goddamn, use their content, believe me, I can start dropping some names. Radio. I can start dropping some names, boy. They get hurt. Trick, what's the most rare bird you ever seen? What bird was? Now we talking about birds? Okay. Okay. Damn. We talking about birds on the boxing channel? I mean, just because they start with B now. Come on now. We talking about birds. We ain't talking about boxing where they lace up, put gloves on, and go beat each other up. We talking about birds. We talking about birds. Not the fighter to go in there and sacrifice their life, round for round. But we talking about birds, right? We talking about birds. We can't do that, fellas. We can't start talking about birds on WCS live chat, man. We can't do it. I ain't talking to you, Trick. You just told me what it was. But time somebody asked that question. Hey, I bird watch too. Question for you. What is the most exotic bird that you've ever seen in your lifetime? I'm talking about colors, wing texture, their vocals. You know what I'm saying? How often they breed? Can you purchase them in Florida? I just want to know about that. Please. I can't do it. Yeah, Michelle don't play. Michelle don't play, man. All them cats that's associated over there in the UK now and all that, man, they don't play. They don't play. Real talk. They don't play. I mean, if you haven't had one strike, you just starting off your channel, right, Trick? So if you had 1 or 2 or 3 strikes, that's like normal. You're gonna get some strikes starting off. Real talk, you're gonna get some strikes. Don't put too much emphasis on it. I mean, people just can't take you to court and say, "Oh, look, he only has this many subs, but he stole my video." You're not going to court for it. If you become a repeat offender, then they might try to, suspend your channel, whatever the case. They don't say, "Radio gonna step in your square, Marine." Nah. Me and Radio already had a situation. Absolutely. Down here in the A, we had a situation. As anybody who's around, nah. No. No. You weren't gonna do that. Have you ever seen me do a video? Nah. F. Raheem. They showed their true colors during the pandemic. They feel they were special on some elite. Yeah, man, they do that in person too, man. I mean, it's just selfish. It's just selfish. But, with every moment of adversity, you learn something. You know what I'm saying? You learn from it. I learned something from his situation on how you have vultures out here who are absolutely flying on that level. And they feel that just because they have an assistant with them, they can just exclude all the new media who's working independently and just take over the interview time. I told this story before. How Radio had that interview down here in Atlanta. He had a one-on-one, which most of us didn't get with Javante. He had a one-on-one, just him, nobody else in the ring. I mean, I'm talking about, I say, damn, I want that shit. He leaves. Now Javante comes over to speak to the media that's been waiting on him ringside. And we've been standing there waiting ringside. Radio really wasn't in no hurry to appease us, right? He brings his assistant, Sarah Jessica. They get over there and try to get right there smack in the middle of the media scrum. And he happened to touch down on the tarmac next to one and only WCS, my hometown. He turns to me and say, "Excuse me, can you let my?" I absolutely not. I said, "Radio, you just had a one-on-one, and you're gonna come over here and try to interview right here in the middle of the media scrum just because you got an assistant? No, man. No, that ain't happening today. We up here. We were watching you interview Javante, and we couldn't even have access to that interview. And you follow him and go right back over and try to plant yourself in the middle of a media scrum. And to my, can you move some of my assistant? No, hell, fuck no, hell no. Them vultures out there don't play, man. When it comes to this media shit, we are fight hype strict when it comes to copyright. WCS or fight hype strict when it comes. I don't too much share hardly any of their stuff when it comes to visual. If they have some audio, I have my way of doing what I do, but when it comes to video, they take your shit down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know any people over there. They do what they do. That's all I'm gonna say. They do what they do. I'm at home, F out of here, right? You know what I'm saying? I did, man. I said, man, you lost your fucking mind, bro. You ain't gonna goddamn come over here with your assistant and plant right in front of the media scrum and think you're gonna ask questions again. This is the only time we're gonna have to ask Javante Davis questions, and you come over here right out the ropes and try to plant right there and think you're gonna continue to talk and ask questions. And then when you start asking questions, you try to keep on squeezing off. Nah, man, that's just selfishness right there. But anyway, enough of him, man. I ain't giving him no more shine, man. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Forget that. He know what he is. He know what he is, man. But how do y'all think Spence saying facts? Do you think these channels that's affected, you know what I'm saying, the channels that's affected emotionally, do you think that they will have a different sense of integrity to create content, being that this is now bled out? You want to have contact with the fighter. You want them to have you want them, how you put it, you want to have their attention, but you don't want to have their attention in this manner. You want to have their attention in a way that shit that you're talking about on YTC piques their interest and they may like or share your content. That's the attention you want. You don't want the bad energy where we just witnessed, where it comes down to somebody saying facts and people just lose their freaking mind. It was bound to happen, though. I love it. I love it, man. It was bound to happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're going to be in purgatory. I think they're going to remain out here in the open. It's going to take a little bit of time for them to gather their senses. You know, they're going to talk it over with one another and see should they continue to put out fake information. That's what it comes down to. It's all about how much time and effort they're willing to put into the crusade to recover. Because they took a hit. They took a hit. You know, all the Spence channels and shit, the Spencer Hawley's, they took a hit, a direct hit. So they need to find out a way to recover, man. What is our alternative? Are we going to continue to fool the people, lie to the people, deceive the people, put false ass dates up here? Or are we just going to be patient and wait on some shit? You know what I'm saying? Because we pretty much talked this shit into the ground. But I love it. I love it. What's going on, Bateman? Salute to you. Salute to you. He said, I'm over this EJ and Bud shit. I'm not even buying it now. It's outplayed itself. Now I don't think you're totally over it, baby. I don't think you are all the way over it. I just think at the moment you've hit a period of exhaustion, you're fatigued, and you just want to say, fuck it, man. I ain't doing this right now, man. Every time I go on this YouTube shit, I hear some new shit and nothing happens. You know what I'm saying? Nothing happens. I'm done with it. That's the point you at right now. But that point right there, you still have area to recover. You know what I'm saying? You have area to recover, bro. I understand where you at right now. You just pissed off. Just like, the shit I've been talking about. You pissed off at how people's been puppetizing, putting agitprop out here, and you tired of damn digesting that shit. You don't want to continue to consume spoiled food. At one point in time, you're going to get an upset stomach, and that's not going to feel good to you. And that's where you at, bro. Just do what you got to do. You want to separate yourself, you good. If the fight ever happens, then I think the relief will come back. And you're like, you know what? Let me go to the store and get me a cold one, dog. Let me get me a cold one. How the fuck you steal the name Radio Raheem for Spike Lee movie? Then act like you don't understand what Wilder was talking about. I know, man. Talk that shit, Mitch, for real. It's your people too. What again? He was a part of history. He goddamn allowed Deontay Wilder to basically trademark to this day off the strength of his stupidity. Off the strength of radio stupidity, y'all. What do you say to your people? Oh, what do you mean? It's your people too, nigga. Come on here with that shit, nigga. Goddamn, Deontay was hot. Ask a dumbass question like that, man. And then, they try to clean it up. No, he should have just kept on walking, leave radio over there to stew on his own, man. Because he knew what he was trying to do. He was able to get a lot of views. A lot of views off that. That shit went viral. That shit went viral, man. And Deontay wasn't telling him no lies. It was his people too. You want to come over there and ask a dumbass, stupid, illiterate ass question to a person out of Alabama, y'all. That's what I'm talking about, narcissists and people that just don't give a fuck. He want to talk to somebody from Alabama about your people. I'm gonna leave that shit right there. He had the audacity to talk about, ask somebody a question from Alabama about your people. Got it. Got it, dog. Shit. W says, who do you think will be betting favorite if the fight is made? I don't know. The betting favorites already came out, and Terrence was a slight betting favorite. I don't care nothing about that, to be honest, Pass. I don't care. I don't care nothing about the betting favorite. I care more about the ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? I care something about both fighters doing the ring walk, and they physically in their corners, and they're being introduced. Referees' instructions, fighters back to your corner. That's all I care. That's all I care about. I don't care about all the other shit that comes on about betting favorites and shit. I'm not into betting like that. There's some people on here that is, but not me. I'll bet straight up, head up, but I'm not up here. No, that's not me. That's not me. Real talk. That's not me. I don't care about the betting favorites, man. I'm not deep in the game like that. I really don't care. That's getting a little bit too much for me to, go on the betting. It's good money out there, but that's too much for me. Real talk. I don't see the retweet as a shot at his own fans, not solely at them. More so fake shit on boxers' names? Well, of course, we can't sit up here and consolidate it into his fans. All right. Consolidate his entire one word response saying it's directed at his fans. What we can consolidate it and condense it to is the fact that he was identifying and concurring to what the guy put out about MF and YouTube putting out clickbait, fake news, and all this other shit. We can sit up here and say, okay, we know who those individuals are, and he was talking about them, even if they feel like they was doing him a justice. You know what I'm saying? They was doing him a favor. It's still fake news when it comes to a fight of this magnitude. You know, you're sitting up here telling people what was all going with Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford ain't doing this. Terrence Crawford ain't doing this. Terrence Crawford holding up the fight. He's delaying the fight. Terrence Crawford ain't doing that. He continued to do this. He's being investigated. He's this, that. All this shit was coming out. And it became so obvious that these people was not in favor of Terrence Crawford. But how's that supposed to build up the fight when it comes to Errol Spence? Because y'all not talking about how much Errol Spence is asking. Y'all not talking about how much, all I'm hearing is about the percentage. And then I really want to know what his guarantee money is going to be, because, he was making lower guarantee money than Crawford. I want to know those fine details for my own personal records and education. I want to know the fine details. I wasn't getting that. All I seen was finger pointing. That's all I seen. Crawford ain't doing this. Crawford ain't doing that. Crawford delaying the fight. Crawford this. No, it's something else is going on when you're sending out smoke grenades and you're trying to goddamn cloud up the place as a distraction. Something else is going on. Like that 60-40. Something else is going on. I told people long time ago, what if it's not 70-30? What if it's 60-40? What if he don't want 60-40? Y'all busy telling him, telling everybody what he should get, I'm like, should he get 60-40 or should he get 50-50? And then it all boils down to a full-blown war where people say, he did all the heavy lifting. Man, we heard that shit before. Belts don't weigh that much. And Spence ain't did that much in his career more than Crawford. We can say that for what it is. And you want to talk about resumes when it comes to, welterweight, we heard it all before. We've heard it all before. We heard it all before. We heard everything before. Resumes. We heard all that shit. We heard the Sean Porters and Kell Brooks. Sean. We heard all that shit. We don't want to hear it no more. We don't want to hear it anymore. All we want to know is the fight going to be made or what? Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying, Pass? Yeah. Yeah, man. He was on Joe Rogan, bro. That's big. What's going on, boxing fan? What do you think of Bivol Beterbiev? I got Bivol all day. Bivol has a fight before that undisputed. Buatsi, I believe. He has a fight before that. Defend his title again. So he get past Buatsi. Potentially he will have Beterbiev. You know what I'm saying? I just feel boxing, okay? As a boxer, I feel that seeing both of these guys, that Bivol is the better boxer. I totally agree with that, Bateman, that Bivol is the better boxer. The way he let his hands go and his distance accountability, man. I love it. I love it because when Canelo was trying to, bait him and park bench on the ropes and try to bring him in and set that trap, he didn't fall for it. Man. He was very, very smart. He took minimal damage during that fight, and he dominated. Now, seeing Beterbiev is a monster, dog. But Turbiev is different. Yeah, but Turbiev is the dude. It's a 12-round fight. And with Baturbiev as your adversary, you definitely have problems. Seriously. You definitely have problems. But Turbiev, in my opinion, could have or might have stopped Canelo Alvarez via TKO. Seriously. I think so. I think if Baturbiev would have been in there instead of Bivol, because Baturbiev have crazy power, dog. I think it potentially, if he would have called him on the ropes, he could have stopped Canelo Alvarez via TKO. The referee might have had to step in because Canelo has heart. He's gonna fight till he can't fight no more. But Baturbiev is a monster, man. He's a much older guy. He's in his grown man strength already. So, hey, that's not gonna be an easy fight for either one of them. Boxing wise, I give the edge to Bivol. When you talk about power, complement their boxing skills, I have to give it to Baturbiev. You know what I'm saying? Who I believe will win? It's a very tough question. I'm not good at that because I overanalyze shit when it comes to their past performances and their skill set in general. Every fighter has a different strategy stepping in there, so it's hard to choose Baturbiev or Smith or Bivol. It's very, very difficult. But I will have to lean heavy on Bivol, man. His boxing skills. I don't know, man. There's something about how smart he is, that low key predatorial mentality that he has. You know what I'm saying? Like, Baturbiev is a motherfucking bear. But Bivol, he's gonna lurk. He's gonna pick the right time to go in for the kill. He's gonna be very meticulous about his strategy to close distance. Very smart. I'm gonna go with Bivol, man. I think Bivol takes it. I do. I think Bivol takes it. A lot of people love Baturbiev, but you cannot eliminate the boxing skills of Bivol. What's going on, Smoke? Smoke in the building. Salute to you, bro. Music on deck. I said a long time ago the fight was not happening. I'm not sure that I can co-sign on that. You know what I'm saying? I cannot clearly feel comfortable with saying, the fight ain't happening. The fight is not happening. Fight ain't happening. Fight ain't happening. It's been spoke about. You know what I'm saying? People want to compare it to Manny Pacquiao, Floyd. I don't want to do that. I just want to take it like, it's happened in the past. You had the Riddick Bowe Lennox Lewis situation. Ain't nobody put no belts in the trash yet, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's underlining something else going on. Like I told y'all, if this fight isn't mentioned officially in the next 30 days, and Crawford come out with news that he's moving up to 54, because there's nobody else at 54. I mean, it's nobody else at 47 really for Crawford to face that's worth anything to his legacy. It definitely ain't Boots. And shout out to Team Boots. It's not Boots Ennis, y'all. Boots Ennis has a Sergey Lipinets who Mikey Garcia defeated at 40. It's not him. But he will be a problem in the next couple of years. So if Terrence Crawford move up to 54, there's plenty of heat for him. And there's fighters that definitely want to have Terrence Crawford in the ring with him. Once that WBO title becomes vacant, and Spence is still at 47, he's going to fight to get that last belt. He don't give a fuck if it's Crawford or anybody else. Real talk. If Crawford vacates, it's not like Spence going to say, oh, he left, I'm going up to 54. No, he's going to stay at 47 and fight for the vacant WBO. As long as he get that undisputed and he has bragging rights, he's good. And then he might even stay down there because they have a nutritionist. Hint, hint. You know what I'm saying? They have a nutritionist now. And they can make the 47. He might stay down there a little bit longer, like the Charlos. These people can't decide whether they're gonna make up their mind. So they're gonna put everything on the nutritionist to stay at the weight class and continue to get checks. What happens when he loses? When Spence loses, is he still gonna be fighting at the AT&T? No, Bivol. No, Bivol knows how to keep him out. He will beat him at his jab alone. I like the boxing science of Bivol. I do. I like the boxing science of Bivol, man. King, yeah, it would be nice to have a very good undercard. I heard some people say they want Boots as well as Virgil to fight on that undercard. That would be great if Boots is able to fight on that undercard. Absolutely. You have some big names on there. Virgil Ortiz, you know what I'm saying? Me say, LOL, you have to be joking. Spence resume is just better. How is that? How is Spence resume better? You know what I'm saying? How's his resume better? I mean, it's so easy to discredit what you're saying. It's just such an easy conversation to have. How is Spence resume better? It's such an easy argument to the point where it's just like alphabets right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just too easy. And here we go with the same retreaded information, man. I'm not even going to entertain it. Over here, I'm not going to entertain it, bro. It has nothing to do with you music. I'm not going to entertain it. It's going to be quite boring to the audience, to even speak on that because it's the same retreaded information, man. I'm past it. I'm over it. I'm past it. I'm not getting the same response. Who is he beat? I'm done. Yeah, but Turbia had to fight Anthony Yard as well. That's if they make the fight, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what Undisputed does. So we have to see if they're gonna make the fight. After seeing Baturbiev and Joe Smith, hey, one love to Anthony Yard, dog. Oh my God, dog. That's a goddamn monster. That's a Kodiak up that bitch, dog. Shit. Anthony, hey, shout out to Anthony Yard. He's the coolest in the game. Real talk. Anthony Yard is the coolest in the game, bro. But dude, that's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a tough one, dog. I ain't lying to you. That's gonna be a tough one. Music say Tank versus Haney not happening. That's just talk right now. One thing Bill is a master of is carrying the conversation. Bill is a master at carrying over the conversation. If people want to sit up here and latch on to a conversation, which it consists of Devin Haney and Javante Davis, and that's right in the wheelhouse of Bill. That's right in the wheelhouse. So he'll entertain it because what it does is continue to keep free promo on Devin Haney, who absolutely needs no introduction anymore. He needs no introduction. He's got it done. Smoke says he should produce the investors that will meet their demands. Also, whoever is responsible for saying no should step up and explain the reason for saying no. I agree with that. If they feel that we are worthy of their explanation, sometimes they feel like the public isn't worthy. But I like it. It'll be good if they explain shit. I don't think it's reasonable to say that it's going to happen. I got Baturbiev beating Yardy. Yeah, man. Yardy a cool cat, bro. But dude, Turbiev is a goddamn cobra, man. That dude is every carnivore that you have known to exist in the jungle. No, I'll take that back. I'll take that back. He's not everyone. No, I'll take that back. No, I think I'm kind of spot on with that, though. For real talk, I think I'm spot on with that. I said carnivore. I think I'm spot on with that. But Baturbiev needs to be close. He won't get there with Bivol. He'll work his way on the inside now. Seriously, he'll work his way. But the one thing about it, he's been on the canvas before. We didn't see Canelo on the canvas with Bivol. So I'm trying to say to myself, like, okay, just because he didn't take extreme amount of risk with Canelo, would he be able to overstep that and go all out and increase his risk factor with Baturbiev? I'm just curious if Bivol will be willing to do that. Because obviously he has decent power, but I wouldn't say he has equal power as Beterbiev. And then we know as the rounds go on and fighters start to break down, those Beterbiev shots that I don't consider him having power, they might begin to have their effect on Beterbiev if he gets tired. But I can say the same thing about Beterbiev with freaking Bivol. I can say the same thing. How's he gonna look if the fight goes to the mid to late rounds, man? He's just overwhelmed Joe Smith. Notice how many really been talking about Triple G Canelo because it's not something, it's not a fight that really get me up to speak about boxing. See, I look at it once again. I always gotta juxtapose a reflection, right? So I look at it like he doesn't like Canelo. Supposedly the front he's putting on that he despises him, right? I think it's just him wearing a different type of freaking masquerade, outfit to basically cover up his ass whooping he took from Bivol. But when it comes down to you not liking a fighter, but yet you want to make money with a fighter like Gennady, something isn't right. Because my brothers have been out here disliking fighters and haven't fought them for quite some time. The Charlos, how long they gonna put Andrade on the shelf? All from something that happened with him way back when and won more money. You ain't gonna never fight him? You're never gonna fight him because you're mad? You know what I'm saying? Gary Russell, he couldn't get the big fights. It wasn't because his that he was to turn them down. It was for other exterior reasons. I just don't see where when it comes down to when the black fighters, they dislike a fighter. Not all of them, but sometimes the big names, they don't fight each other. Like Errol Spence would not fight Keith Thurman because he remembered when he was asking Keith Thurman. And Keith Thurman might have felt some type of way to my, hey, youngin, you working your way up the chain. You haven't did anything special. I'm the man. So now, full circle, Thurman is absent of any belts. Now what we have absolutely rejection. All because Thurman didn't give him the time of day. Now Thurman wanted to say, okay, Crawford and Spence are holding up the division. I want a shot. It's not going to happen. Especially in Texas because they hold grudges, man. It's a proven fact. They hold grudges. Mar Charlo don't want to fight Benavidez because he said he don't have nothing to offer. Yeah. Got it. None of those fights will happen. Maybe Ortiz get the fights, but not Boots. I don't know why Boots would be a good name to have. He's, welterweight, up and coming. I mean, they have a big push going behind Boots. It'd be good to put him on the card so people can show up and sell the most tickets. You know what I'm saying? Nobody forcing Canelo to fight Triple G. He's using Glove Queen as a tune-up, nice paycheck. Tune-up for who? To go back up to Bivol? Gennady Golovkin is not Dmitry Bivol? What you saying, Mitch? Who is he using a tune-up for? Gennady Golovkin is not Dmitry Bivol. Let's get that understood. So who is he using for a tune-up? Is he gonna have 2 fights at 68? I mean, what are we talking about? Who can benefit off fighting Gennady as a tune-up for who? Canelo, who is he gonna benefit? Fighting Benavidez or fighting Bivol? Because he's up here telling the people that he's gonna go back for a rematch with Bivol. So Gennady Golovkin is gonna give him that work? Nah, I don't think so, bro. Gennady versus Canelo about to be sloppy as F. Watch. Man, goddamn 40-year-old Gennady still in the game. And all of a sudden, Canelo can't stand him. Like I can say in the rematch, and he just mentioned it recently that Gennady Golovkin was saying he was a dirty fighter. Well, goddamn it, Canelo, you got caught. They just retrograded back to. They made it retroactive back to when you actually pop, which actually helped you out to step in the ring right on time. So doing that lead up, y'all didn't say anything. You got mad because Gennady was saying what he was saying. Come on, bro. You still can't be mad at that. Come on, man. Stop the press, bro. You're just trying to come off as this demon. You know what I'm saying? You played the bad boy role with Caleb. Okay, you got it done. You didn't want to really fuck with Bivol because you couldn't read him. You couldn't get a read on Bivol until you was in the ring. And then you still couldn't read. You know what I'm saying? You still couldn't read. Now all of a sudden you want to turn back into the demon and like, I hate that guy. I don't like him. I despise him. He was talking shit. So what? Come on, Canelo. You already know. Come on. Just like you try to fake like you don't know English, and all of a sudden you speak in English. You been know how to speak English. Yeah, Bateman, I believe Triple G has a chance. You know what I'm saying? He has a chance. He has a chance to do something. I just don't know at 40 years old, does he have a gear? He has a chance to do what? Enter the ring, answer the bell. I don't see him having a chance to really shift gears on Canelo. Like, I don't see it, man. I don't see it, bro. Canelo Alvarez is not Yoda Murata. They want to see maybe end of the year. I'm not sure what that says. I'm trying to catch up with these chats. Yeah, we know Bud gonna stop Spence. We know that. We know Bud gonna stop Spence. Spence fighting for the WBO isn't a bad thing. His goal was to be undisputed. He said he has 2 more fights left at 147. He has 1 more now. And you know, for him, if I find out, or if the public finds out that they were basically lighting fires behind the scenes and using them as distractors to procrastinate this fight from happening, then that's an issue with me, because now you're saying, okay, you drove the man out of the division because he's trying to get another big paycheck just so you can fight for his damn vacant title. That's a lack of respect coming from this end right here. Boots is going to be one of the greatest, man. Boots has all the goods, man, from the eye test of him stepping to the ring and everything else. He has the the entire eye test when it comes to boxing that people are enamored with. It don't matter, look, if we still talking about who has the best wins, you know what I'm saying? It's all up for debate from one side to the other on who has the best wins. It's always going to be up for debate. It really doesn't accomplish anything. Seriously, it doesn't accomplish anything at the end of the day to basically leverage any type of balance to your debate. I mean, we've heard that all before. We heard the resumes. We heard that the Spencerholics is always discrediting his stoppage of Sean Porter, but yet when Errol Spence fought him, that was before the accident, and he went life and limb to a split decision. I rest my case. Hold on for a second. Mm, 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 mm. Because I can't say. Okay. If you say so. Spence loses to Crawford, which I don't see happening. Yes, he'll still fight at Cowboy Stadium. Okay. Hold that thought. He'll be fighting in the concession stand. Who gonna open up a stadium for him to fight in? All his fights has been him with the belt. I'm telling you, Mitch. I'm telling you. Appreciate that pass. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. And people need to know that those interviews are rushed because they was breaking it down and they wanted us to hurry up and leave. The one with Yardage Coach, you can tell. I kind of edited this shit out and kind of messed up my interview a little bit. I wanted to take out their voices telling us to leave. But we gotta leave though. We gotta leave. All right, EJ. But Bud is a 3-division champion, 2-time lineal, 2-time fighter of the year, former unified. And undisputed. Spence has accomplished none of that. God damn it. I can't even look. That's a mic drop. Mitch. That's a mic drop, Mitch. In music. You might want to read that. Just read it, please. Just do me a favor, read it. I'm snacking on something right quick. Give me a minute. Okay. Music. You keep on saying, what am I talking about without even understanding that Ryan Garcia was Devin's mandatory. Don't you understand how the Mayweathers operate? They're going to go into a situation where they have the absolute leverage and they're going to make you understand that that's how it's going to go down. Just because it's a mandatory, don't you know that Gervonta has to activate that mandatory? Unlike Ryan Garcia, who refused to and ducked and went the other way. Devin Haney has a situation named Cambosis that has a rematch clause in his contract. Why am I going to talk about Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis? Why? I'm not doing this shit for views. Why am I going to talk about that fight? He has a fight with George Kambosos is going to take place in Australia again. Why am I going to talk about? What are you talking about, bro? It seems like you're trying to, pretty much find out certain areas of deficiency without doing your own research, bro. Why am I going to talk about Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis, and he has a rematch clause with Kambosos? Gervonta is not Vasil Lomachenko. You think Kambosos is just going to disappear, skip over Lomachenko, go right to Gervonta Davis? You think that's how it works, bro? Come on. Stop it, man. Stop the madness. Spence never beat an undefeated champion and took his belt. Crawford has did it 3 times. Hey, man, and one of those champions is not even respected at the welterweight division, i.e. Jeff Horn. It's not even respected. You know what I'm saying? Good shit there, Mark. Good shit. Bivol could have knocked out how Smith, let me see. Bivol could have knocked out how Smith also, but he said before the fight he was just going to play with him because he's shit. Damn. I don't think that at all. And I don't know why people are talking about, him dropping belts and everything just so he won't fight. Tank is not getting a fight unless they pretty much meet those demands with Kambosos in the rematch clause. I mean, it's not that easy. If Kambosos says no, I want to enact my rematch clause, then they're fighting in Australia a second time, people. It doesn't matter what the Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney situation is. It sounds good, but no forward progress is needed because it ain't going to happen, y'all, until Devin clears that up. Even Bill's been on record as saying that. If Kambosos says no, no other fight is happening. Period. Y'all, were you not looking? Were you not looking at the arbitration that took place with Deontay Wilder when they was out here saying Fury and Joshua was gonna fight? Were you not paying attention? Come on, man. Y'all was here just like I was, bro. Do your homework. But has never been a mandatory for Errol Spence. That's a false statement. Man, some of this shit I just skip over because, if I took time and effort into it, then I'll be lowering myself to the temporary standard. Facebook's so full of shit, gave me an account warning for telling Carissa Shields on her live to beat Savannah ass. What? I heard, hey, look what you said. Facebook is real touchy since they went before the commission. You know what I'm saying? They went before the Senate. You know what I'm saying? Triple G will want this bad. That's the part of people forget. He already got robbed of it first. People say that, but he felt like he got robbed. The fight never should have been that close. He should have did more. He said he wanted Mexican style, him and Abel Sanchez, and what they get, Mexican style, but Triple G didn't bring the same energy. What does it matter in the scheme of things if Bud was an IBF Mando? Who cares? Y'all cannot move forward if you keep talking about the past like that. What is it going to change in negotiation? Are they going to bring that up in negotiation? If it had any relevance, are they going to bring it up? You can't talk about just 147. The guy has a career that spans 3 divisions. Absolutely. Hey, Mark up here dropping some arrows, man, and the tip is ablaze. I'm just saying, bro, you need to goddamn find an extinguisher, man. He's giving you all the facts that's been going on with Bud, man. That's out there. Y'all want to sit up here. Anybody who has Errol Spence as they pound for pound best fighter, with 3 belts in one division, they need to just take a break and understand that's a bunch of bullshit. You're being extremely biased, and there's no way that you can even come remotely close to proving why you would have him pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? Jermell Charlo at this point in time in his career has did more than Errol Spence. Real talk. Let's cut it the way it's supposed to. Let's cut it with the finest blade. Jermell Charlo has did more than Errol Spence. He's did more than Errol Spence, man. Which fighter has Errol Spence fought in a rematch? Who? Jermell Charlo had fought a tough fighter in a rematch. The fighter he first lost, Tony Harrison, stopped him. That's experience in championship bouts. Then you turn around and fight Brian Castano. Experience. Stopped him. There's no way, in my opinion, that Jermell Charlo should be below Errol Spence on the pound for pound list. No way. No way, no how. In my opinion, no way, no how. If y'all gonna bring up Oleksandr Usyk and throw him on the pound for pound list above Errol Spence, coming up from cruiserweight now, and none of those names that he beat, you look at them like, oh man, yeah, that's the guy right there. Coming up from cruiserweight, they put him on the pound for pound list. Then Jermell Charlo should be on that same ladder. Because he beat Jason Rosario, who beat J-Rock, who beat Jared Hurd. That is clear and concise as best as I can put it. He is the undisputed super welterweight champion. Errol Spence is not. Terrence Crawford has experienced the same as Jermell Charlo. He was in the community of those big names before Jermell Charlo beat Brian Castano in the rematch. We really bringing Tito Trinidad into the conversation? Are we really truly bringing Tito Trinidad into the conversation just because of the names that he's attached to in his career? We want to bring Tito Trinidad. I can't do it. I can't do it. There you go, Dion. You know what I'm saying? They in the same footprint, Dion. Jahai, look, Jahai say they ready for the bones. If they want to throw them a bone, they ready. They ready, dog. That's the only way to prove it. That's the only way to prove how good both of these fighters are. Fight one another. Jahai, look, he's 8-0 right now. So if you're going to give David Morrell that special love, if you're going to give him that special love, you got to do the same for Jahai Tucker. And look, it's in fighters in the same regional footprint that hasn't sparred one another that should fight one another. It doesn't matter how many fights they have. People are boosting up David Morrell to fight Benavidez. How can we not look at Jerron Buchanan fighting Jahai Tucker? That's a good fight. That's a good fight, man. They say they want all the smoke, man. So you want to pretend Crawford's career started at 47. Let's pretend it did. To appease music. We got to appease music. We got to start coming up with freaking scenarios that are based somewhat like in a problem-solving game show. You know what I'm saying? We're going to create scenarios, but yet some of the scenarios you're going to have to troubleshoot and find out if they're truly applicable to the game at hand. They might be distractors, okay? They might just be distractors, but it's up to you to find out what is the distractor and what isn't. I'm trying to catch up for these comments. Y'all better stop underestimating Victor Ortiz because he faced adversity. He already been there. I respect him because when they asked him, do you truly think you're ready? He said, it don't matter if I'm ready. I'll take the fight. Of course, they slowed him down. And if he does, Bivol has his measure now. He will knock him out. Canelo's good. Triple G is tune-up. Not a certain opponent, just a nice check to get in the winning column. I'm just saying, Triple G ain't no tune-up for no Bivol. Tell you that. So you only count Bud's welterweight record 6-0 and EJ's 28-0 because he's been in the same division his whole career. That's factual. That's factual. The arrows are still burning there, music. You're getting lit up out there. It taking me back to 300 when they said they're going to fight in the shade. Real talk. You fighting in the shade right now because them arrows are coming down. Now you result the name calling. I won't even put that up there. Look, he's actually providing you criteria. Now you want to get childish and say what you want to say. I've been very patient, even addressing your comments. You over here with the dose, bro. You know what I'm saying? I never call you a name of disrespect. Yeah, don't explain yourself to him, Mark. Man, it ain't worth it. That's his whole deal. He's ebbing and flowing under a false account anyway, right? You know what I'm saying? He's somebody else that just want to, slowly but surely cook up an argument. He's not really up here to talk about boxing. Music on sports. Why disrespect a man you don't know to defend another man you don't know? God damn. That is as thin of a slice as it get. He said, why disrespect a man you don't know to defend another man you don't know? That's facts. YouTube throughout. That's fact. I'm gonna leave that up there. Tune-ups don't have to be for specific opponents. Barrios wasn't a tune-up for Thurman, future opponent. Just a light touch to get a fight in. I don't know if Barrios was considered a light touch. Did he stop Barrios or go the distance? I wouldn't say Barrios a light touch. Real talk. I wouldn't say he's a light touch. I got a cool stack. Crawford doesn't stop Spence. No, I would do that, but I can't even pay you your $50, Mitch. So that's out of the question, man. That's out of the question. Who am I to sit up here? I have, money that is owed, and you say, well, you won your 1,000, but you owe me 50. So just, I'm gonna give you 950. Nah, I just wouldn't be comfortable doing that. I wouldn't be comfortable doing that, Mitch. Let's not do that. Why make statements and not back? Man, bro, now you arguing with my people, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, what's going on? What he said was absolutely fact, man. I know it hurts. Like you getting riled up and agitated over something that's clear as it possibly can be, man. For real, it's clear. What he told you about Terrence Crawford's resume throughout his accolades in his boxing career is true. It's lucid as it can get. Boots showed up a little too late. He needs a Porter fight. Thurman shook, and then he moved up. Now, I wouldn't say he needs a Porter fight because, look, if they're not giving Crawford credit because his daddy said, because Kenny Porter said that he wasn't the way he's supposed to in practice, well, now he needs, we need to understand that if you're attempting to bring Porter out of retirement, out of the Porter podcast, it's Porter who I believe has a home across from his pops. Will he have the desire to put it all in training camp to come back and fight Boots and don't get stopped again? Will he have that motivation and desire to lace up the gloves and give it another try? We don't know because Bud Crawford put that whooping on him, and that's where we at with it. All right, cool. I told you, man, it's only so much. I'm patient. It's only so much bullshit I'll take, bro. You want to go come in here and interrupt the flow of the boxing topics? You out. Go create another account and deal with it. Haney wants to move up, but we don't know that. We don't know exactly when they're gonna move up, man. They're not giving us, like that ticket that they're willing to move up in the next 2 fights. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting that from Team Haney. They're giving me the impression that they'll stay down here for the big fights to make that money. Look, if you think Team Haney is not trying to make up the money from that contract that they just signed to face Cambosis in Australia, please. They're all about making the money. And they're gonna do what they can to get that money. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do what they can to get that money. Man, he's up out of here, bro. He wasn't gonna overtake the premise, the preface of the freaking live chat and the topic. He ain't Cambosis when he gets in, and he will hurt. I want to see the Masayo learn this weekend after that Gary Russell gift. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Masayo too. They kind of gave him that Manny Pacquiao stamp. I want to see too. And I heard Jesse Bam Rodriguez may potentially face Roman Gonzalez in September, I believe. I'm just curious to know what happened to Juan Francisco Estrada, though, because he's a unified champion. So now you have Roman Gonzalez getting another title shot against Bam Rodriguez, who's on a tear right now. You got to say he on a tear because he moved up, took the fight at the last minute. Boom. Dispersed Kudras came up, dispersed Rungfasai, and now he get Chocolatito. Look, he going in and defeat Roman Gonzalez, man. Then I guess they're going to turn him around and give him a fight with Juan Francisco Estrada. That would have been 4 hitters that he faced. If he's able to basically go and complete all that, I mean, you're going to have people just all on Bam Rodriguez's shoulders saying, God damn, he's the next best. This guy is really the goods. Seriously. But I agree with you on that, there, Dion. I hope they're not going to feed Barrios to Boots because he is not some type of measuring stick for what the welterweight division should be at right now. He has 2 losses. Okay, he took the L against Tank and took the L against Thurman. So now, what benefit will it to do Boots to face him in the welterweight division? And he already took a L in the welterweight division. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a previous champion, but you already took an L in the welterweight division. So what momentum is Boots going to have fighting Mario Barrios? I just think he's too slow, first of all. And I don't see that. I mean, who's going to come see that fight? Even with him bringing the Aztec Warriors, El Azteca, you know what I'm saying? I don't think people are going to watch it. Barrio was a light touch for a fighter of Thurman's caliber, especially at welterweight. Did he stop him? Did he stop him, Mitch? When y'all say light touch, are you just saying to move around or a light touch that he wasn't supposed to be in there? It was easy work. Oh, he said, Smoke said, why Haney would vacate. I'm not sure. You might have been talking to music. He was talking that bullshit. Boots is going to be one of the greatest. Hey, that's what people are saying. I mean, right now he has all the tools to do something special in the sport. He's unproven. There's a lot of big names that's unproven. Virgil Ortiz, you know, he's still unproven to a point. I mean, he's been on the canvas. He's proved he's tough. But Maurice Hooker hurt his hand. You know, it was a good fight, but Maurice Hooker hurt his hand. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's when it comes to boxing, you just have to provide analytics and just peel back. Okay, how did this fight play out? How did that fight play out? Didn't Green Machine drop him? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it all depends, man. He got the win, but did he face adversity? Is he a strong fighter? Is he durable? He's proven he's durable. But what happens if a Boots Ennis gets Virgil Ortiz in trouble? What happens? So the new guard is on their way in. Some of them are already on deck, but the new guard for welterweight division is there. You got the Jahai Tuckers. You have the Jaron Ennis, Virgil Ortiz. You have a lot of the new guard that's there, man. See if an only time will tell, but damn, who is going to fight next? We can't forget David Avanesian either. I cannot sit up here and call Keith Thurman new, but I can call Conor Benn new. And headlines have it that potentially next is going to be Conor Benn and Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? I like that fight because Conor Benn is part of the new guard, and let's see how that shit plays out. I like that fight. I definitely tune in to watch that fight. Conor Benn, Keith Thurman. Definitely. I will tune in for that shit. We can't forget Cody Crowley. Michael McKenson. They're big names within the top 10 at the welterweight division. It's going to be interesting with the new guard moving up. It's going to be interesting. But I can tell you, Jaron Ennis, when he starts to make his entry for freaking full contact engagement, it's going to be very interesting, boy. Once these titles become vacant, it's going to be very interesting. That's if Errol Spence moves up to 54. Like I told you, I don't think he's moving up to 54. I don't think so, man. It's just that division of 54, man, is tough for somebody like Errol Spence to be a part of. I'm just saying, I really think Charles Conwell gives him problems. Seriously. Tony Harrison would be a tough fight for Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? He proved that he can go 12 rounds with a forward pressuring fighter like Jermell Charlo. Tony Harrison proved that. So people are gonna come in here and say, "Oh, the body work of Errol Spence." He was in there with a dog and Jermell Charlo, man. We'll see how that plays out. Smoke, okay, but if I'm a Tank, I want Undisputed to be on the line. One quick swoop for all the belts. He'll surely vacate if he wins, though. I don't know if Tank will vacate because could you imagine? I don't know if you're talking about Tank or Devin, but Devin's already that. I'm not sure if Devin, if he defends his title, will continue to stay at 135 for a fight with Tank because that fight will be on PPV, Undisputed for all the lightweight crowns. So that's definitely be a big money fight for Team Haney and a big money fight for Team Davis. Big money fight. But we're talking about Gervonta Davis. He's at a division where he's planning on campaigning for quite some time. So can you imagine him being undisputed on pay-per-view? I mean, we're talking about a whole nother level, y'all. A whole nother level. Tank and Coach Cal both expressed a lack of interest in belts, and the belts are the stipulation for the Kambosos rematch. Dropping them removes the hurdle to fight being next. Yeah, absolutely what Smoke just said. I've seen both of those interviews, and the belts are what holding up Devin and Tank. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I just don't see, without proper negotiation of them, having a lucrative fight and what's going on with PBC and Mayweather, I just don't see the Haney's coming in there, dropping the belts, and just going to fight Javante. I just don't see it because they go over there and look, they go over there and defeat George Kambosos second time. They're supposed to have Vasil Lomachenko next. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of this top rank pie chart, right? Then at that moment, you have another decision. Only you have to decide where you think the Haney's are going to drop the belts from a fighter who a lot of people say that was ducking Devin in the beginning, which still has a big name in boxing. Lomachenko still has a big name in boxing, man. He still has Wall Street. His appraisal's high. Even with his losses, his appraisal's still high. So being he, over at the war, Haney comes back, he's still going to do good numbers if he steps in there with Lomachenko to defend his belts a second time. It's a lot of red tape that people are not willing to speak on when it comes to Javante. It's just not him just dropping the belts is going to do it for him. Because if it was that easy for them to drop belt Smoke, they would have dropped that WBC title and went into a whole different route to become the mandatory and another place to get the fight. But they was patient. They held their fighting hold, and then they came back around to the point where they was able to fight for the belts, and they are where they at right now. So I just don't see them dropping the belts that easy because when they had one belt, they wasn't willing to drop that shit as easy. That's just my opinion. They weren't willing to just get off that belt. I mean, through all the criticism, the renaming of the belt, the disrespect, they still held on to the WBC title, man. I would love able to say Haney is going to be great, but he is so boring to watch to me. Not to me, man. The fight that he had, they're boring the individuals that believe, fighters should have this knockout. You know what I'm saying? It's always about the knockout. You have to understand you're supporting a sport of boxing. Not every fighter has power. So you box. And if you wasn't entertained with the performance he put on with Kambosos, I don't know what to tell you. That was an entertaining performance to me. To me, that was entertaining. Thurman didn't stop Barrios. Now, how many rounds did y'all give Barrios? It don't matter, bro. You said easy touch, Mitch. You said easy touch. If it's an easy touch, why the man win all those rounds if it was an easy touch? You said an easy touch. Barrios was an easy touch, bro. Belts ain't the stipulation for the Kambosos rematch. The contract is the stipulation. The belts are part of the contract. If Devin Haney doesn't have the belts and he still wants to contend at the 135-pound limit, he has to come off the belts. In order for him to stay at 135 and still compete, he will have to come off the belts because the belts are part of the stipulation contractually that he has to defend against Kambosos. If Kambosos is unwilling to say, yes, I'll step aside, or whatever the case may be, for him to face somebody else, then we're not going to see it. We're not going to see Devin Haney face somebody else and he has the belts. Furthermore, it would be stupid of Kambosos to eliminate himself from that without providing himself the opportunity in his backyard to fight for the belts again, no matter how he looked the first fight. He has an opportunity to go in there and at least fight for the belts again. You don't want to be walking around in your home, your backyard of Australia, and people be looking at you like, damn, you just came off that shit so easy. You didn't want to come back over here and fight for the belts. You didn't have enough heart. You quit. It's just not that easy. Kambosos has the power. You know, he made the contract for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He made the contract for a reason. It did not benefit Devin Haney. Just like Vasil Lomachenko contract did not benefit him against Tio. The only thing different between Lomachenko and Tio beat Lomachenko. Tio beat him. Took his belts on to the next, no rematch clause. And this, Devin Haney didn't have a rematch clause, but goddamn it, Kambosos did. If Devin would have lost, it would have been Kambosos talking about, I told you I was the best. I'm going to fight for Vasil Lomachenko. I'm done with this guy. He would have been a complete asshole like he usually is. If it makes money, it makes sense. All money ain't good money. Like I said before, if you understand what the Haneys, when they had that WBC title, they held on to that shit. They held on to it. Didn't matter what Mauricio Suleiman did. They held on to the title. They held on to it, man. They did not once get off that title. In my frustration, I was like, man, get off the title, go another route to get the belts. They held their ground, and the fight ended up coming full circle, and they went in there and got all the belts. Now, for them just to say, well, for people to think that they're just going to be able to get out of rematch clause, how quickly do we forget that Deontay was in court for arbitration to go for a third fight? Come on, man. Y'all smart. Come on, man. King Mitch, why do people want Devin Haney to not honor his rematch clause if you be the once honor the contract and beat him again? Yes, sir. How much more prestige would Devin Haney has? He's going in there and defending his belts. Who has been able to do that in his position? Did Teofimo Lopez do it? Nope. Do Kambosos do it? Nope. You know what I'm saying? Has Devin Haney been afforded the opportunity yet? No, he hasn't. But he will when he step into the ring to attempt to defend the belts. It hasn't happened. Of course, it's a rematch. The rematch for the titles, drop the belts, the fight goes away. The fight goes away only because he's not going to be able to fight at 135 holding those belts due to his contractual obligations. Smoke, so you want Haney to drop all the belts to make the Tank fight? I hope that's not the case, because they don't want to see the rematch. Don't rate Kambosos and would rather see Tank or Loma. Yeah, we would rather see Tank or Loma, but now your hardware, the championships bring leverage, especially in negotiations. We all know Team Haney, they're just not going in there fighting for pennies. So they totally understand, you know, that hardware is going to bring them that negotiating power that they need. They're not, they don't care. They know what Tank is, but come on, man. They're fighting for no titles. Milk this shit. Goddamn, defend your undisputed titles, man. There's not too many cats that can say they successfully defended their undisputed titles, man. We still waiting on Canelo to defend his undisputed titles. We waiting on Jermell Charlo to defend his undisputed titles. We waiting on Devin Haney to defend his undisputed titles. You know what I'm saying? And I never alluded to Tank caring about the belts. However, I doubt he'll go out his way for the undisputed to not be on the line. Well, they're going to have to pay Kambosos. Kambosos said no, then it ain't happening. If Kambosos says no, then the fight ain't happening. They're not fighting no Gervonta Davis with those belts. They taking the shine off Kambosos. Kambosos, shit. They still want that opportunity to step in the ring and see if they can come up with a different strategy to defeat Devin Haney. I don't need them to care about the belts in order to enjoy the fight. I'm around. No one wants to see Kambosos Haney again. I agree, Bateman, that there's very little interest in that fight. I agree, bro. Real talk, I agree with you on that. But then when you have to speak of the paperwork, you have to look at the paperwork, man. The paperwork. In order for them to even slide into that position with all the intrigue and with is Bill is going to be able to show up or not, and for it to go down the way it did, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. You think it's just going to be an easy pull the plug because we don't want to see Cambosis? No, Cambosis is he want that next payday. He want his people to come out. He want to provide himself the opportunity to see can he get that Teofimo moment. I know I can do it. I'm just so close. I know I can, Daddy. Daddy, I can do it, Daddy. I can make you proud, Daddy. You know what I'm saying? He want that moment, man. Rematches are part of the sport and a privilege provided to the champion. Wilder got a rematch. AJ is getting his second rematch. It's a business. Talk to him. Talk to him, Mark. Mark on fire, man. Mark on fire today. Real talk. He on fire. Smoke, I'm here for the fight as well, but Haney dropping all the titles seemed ludicrous. Yes, it does. I agree. Just like Mike Tyson said, it's ludicrous. It's ludicrous as you think of dropping the titles. I'm going to keep the titles to the end. That's what I do. Can you infer it by saying what you would do if you were him? I wasn't aware if you knew about their stated position. I agree with that. Mitch, he made a good point. Establish step aside and keep the belt simple. Have Bob convince Kambosos. Bob can't convince Kambosos of anything, unless Kambosos is going to get a step aside purse that serves him well, that makes him feel whole. You know what I'm saying? It has to make him feel whole because Lula Bella, at the end of the day, is not a little puppy. He can play dirty too. You know what I'm saying? He needed Bob for the network and to make things pop. But goddamn it, he ain't a puppy in this boxing game. Haney versus Tank is Bud versus EJ all over again. Wrong side of the street. Well, not so much there, Mark, because I look at it like Bud's a free agent right now. So Bud is standing in the middle of the street. There's no wrong side of the street. Bud is standing in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? It's up to him to move out of traffic. It's up to Bud on which direction he chooses to go, man. You know what I'm saying? He go with traffic or against traffic. It's up to Bud, dog. On the contract can take more than one form. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bob is too cheap to pay step aside money. I agree. Especially, dealing with a former employee of his, Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Sheldon Moore on deck. What's good with it? You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about Floyd Mayweather and Bob Arum, that's not going to be an easy. That's not going to be an easy negotiation. I'm pretty sure they have mended some of those broken bridges, but making a fight with Gervonta Davis and you're Devin Haney, you're talking about two names that are synonymous in boxing right now. So Team Haney is not gonna go in there limping. Team Davis is not gonna go in there limping. It's gonna be tough to look. It's gonna be tough to eliminate Kambosos with a step aside purse without them coming out the pocket pretty decent. Like they're gonna make that shit worthwhile for Kambosos to consider that. They team ain't no chump now. They got Lula Bell over there. I'm telling you, Peter Khan. And you ain't dealing with no chomps over there with Kambosos, man. You're not gonna just walk away like Kambosos making the decisions. You got Peter Khan and Lula Bella, dog. Them cats don't play, man. Fury wants to defend his title against someone other than Wilder, but couldn't. If Fury dropped the title, he could fight whoever he chooses. Absolutely. That's fact when it comes to the just the how you put it. It's not even considered the overlay, is it? You know what I'm saying? That would be considered the overlay of it all. You drop the belt, you can fight. The belt ties you in contractually if that's what it is when it comes to championships. But having the belt, dropping the belt, releases you from that to fight. But yet, it depletes the value. People want to see championship fights. They want to see, the suspense of it all. They want to see the challenge go down right in front of them. That's what they want. A lot of people looking at this like, Haney and Tank Davis is a huge fight. They'll be on PPV, but it'll be without the belts. And then they would say, oh, Haney never even defended the belts. See, it's a difference. Like Crawford, he didn't defend his belts either, but he moved up, and his first fight was a championship fight at welterweight. You know what I'm saying? Is that the same with Gervonta just because he's fighting on pay-per-view? Haney versus Kambosos, safe bet. Everything you have. But probably it's boring fight also. Baby keep on talking about what's a boring fight. Man, it's boxing. Keep this smoke. Get this smoke. That will not be honoring the contract if he dropped the belt in order to be fighting someone else. That wouldn't be honoring the contract. That wouldn't. But it will release him from being penalized. That penalty being, happened to attend court the same way Deontay Wilder did. That would get the smoke just explained. We understand the paperwork aspect of it. So to release yourself and go into a big fight, which you're going in there strictly for the money, because no belts are on the line now. I'm talking about none of them belts Devin had. It wouldn't be on the line. You're going there strictly for the purse. That's a huge gamble. That's a huge gamble. Because right now, you might have Haney. He defeat Kambosos and complete the Aussie double, and he get Lomachenko. He's gonna get pretty decent money off that fight. He would have defended. He beat Lomachenko. He defended his titles twice. Then we'll see if they plan on moving up to 40. By that time, 40 would have been start cooking by now. You know what I'm saying? Jose Cepeda, Jose Ramirez. And then, we have Antoine Russell coming up with Rance Bartholomew. The 140-pound division is heating up. Yeah, Regis Prograis. Trying to find out what's going on with him. Teofimo Lopez. He's going to be on the hunt sooner or later. It's a lot that's going on. So I don't know how long the Haneys are going to stay at 35. But I guess we got to agree to disagree again. Y'all did better than y'all did last time. $2 million would get step aside money. That's all I'm cool with. It's conducive boxing information. Haney said they would drop the belts to fight Tank next if he really wants that. He hasn't replied. It's like 50 million from Wilder all over again. He called Tank. I don't have no response to that because you absolutely hit it on the head. I don't have absolutely no response to that because it's absolutely on point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just because Team Haney say they, I mean, it's a very when it comes to anybody who's attached to Mayweather, you have to understand, man, this is strategic. You're not dealing with no run-of-the-mill type of dude. This is very strategic. Floyd Mayweather is a genius at making money, and people can say what they want, but he is a genius with being who he is and understanding how he got there. If you think for one reason, if you think one way that Floyd is trying to bring a fight to Gervonta Davis and he's going to cater to the Haneys, good luck with that, bro. I don't see it. Both heavy convincing. Tank ain't going nowhere. Haney should just whoop his ass again immediately. He has to. People keep talking about they don't want to see the fight again. But you have to understand there's contractually binding. What you don't want to see and what you have to see is two different things. You know what I'm saying? And also, you have to be internal to the camp to know what the direction is for Team Haney. I have to give them their salute because I was saying they should come off the WBC belt. They stood there, they buckled in, they went for the ride, and then they end up getting the prize. You know what I'm saying? They ended up with the entire prize, man. The rematch. clause is for the titles at Mark. If he drops the titles, he wouldn't be in breach. That's true. I know it's boxing. I think Haney is the perfect boxer, but people want excitement, waiting for the big combos and knockouts. Haney's just not that. Well, Haney is not even 1% of the boxers in the sport. He's not even 1%. He's just one name that competes in the sport at a high level. That's what he is. So therefore, all I can say to you is, Bateman, if you're zoning in on one person, you think he's not, don't watch him. Don't watch him. That's all you have to do. Don't watch that one fighter that is below 1% in this entire sport of boxing. Of all the professional fighters that pretty much compete, he's not even 1%. That's all I'm telling you. Don't watch him. If Haney drops the IBF, WBA, and WBO to make the tank fight, Gambozo and Lulabella will pursue damages in court. It will be some type of litigation brought against Team Haney. Absolutely. We don't that for a fact because we don't know all the details because we haven't seen the contract and aren't experts in law. Well, I can say this, Mark. I can say that Bill has been on record as saying that if Camboso says no, then it's a problem. It's a problem with them just basically fragmenting the situation by this belt, that belt. The contract is for the belts. So, it's not like Cambosis is a mandatory from the WBC all the way down from the WBO. He's not neither one of them. But he does have a contract that says he's able to fight for all of them immediately if he chooses to enact his rematch clause, which they've made it perfectly clear that's his intentions, to enact his rematch clause. That is Cambozo's intention right now to enact that shit. Not sure if Haney will have to drop the WBC as he was the champ before a fight. It's not gonna work like that, man. It's not gonna work that way. Like let's just say he dropped the WBC title. Once again, I have to caveat off what Mark mentioned about we don't know the fine details about that. Let's just say he drops the WBC title, a title that he had coming into this fight, right? And he still is the WBC franchise title holder, which Cambozo had. We don't know if either one of them are in the details or pinned for the rematch. Could he drop his WBC title that he had and keep it moving? I mean, how can we do that? Or is it for all the titles? That's where it comes into play when we don't know the full details. I would go out on a limb to say there's no way in hell that contract could be that petty. There's no way that should be that loosely written to the point, hey, what you came in with is what you came in with. Devin, you only coming in with one title. So if you want to drop that WBC title, you can. We still going to fight for the franchise. No, it's not going to work. Because look, they say the franchise won shit when Devin had it. But let him drop that motherfucker. You're gonna understand how important that belt is now. Because people gonna say, oh, the franchise ain't shit. The franchise won shit. There ain't no real title. But now all of a sudden the WBC title that he had is shit and he dropped it. And y'all wanna goddamn clamor over the fact that he dropped the WBC title? That y'all saying won nothing? Which one is it? Does he have the title that mean anything or doesn't he? Does he or don't he? You know what I'm saying? Which one is it? Does he have it? Does a WBC title mean anything? Does a franchise mean anything? What? We can't have it both ways. D-Ray Promotions on deck. What's good with it, D-Ray? They got that going at it again. Shit. Cambosa's getting that money. Yeah, he is. And that's another thing. If his guarantee money, Bateman, let's just say his guarantee money, right? That he get to face Haney in a rematch is more than his step aside money that he would get if he even thought about it. How stupid will he look? Unless they promise him, they renegotiate and they add, hey, you get the winner of Javante and Devin Haney. Would he want to do that? Would he want to go through that, or he want his money in the rematch? If I was him, I'd recommend you get your money in a rematch, because things can change and you can just be out the loop, and you can be going through the entire process now of that person vacating the belt, and you say, I don't have to fight him. Now you SOL, you out of a damn paycheck. Rematch, step aside, either way, he getting that money, his name back to the square. I don't think that step aside money is gonna be up to equal or more than his dang purse that he's supposed to receive. So he'll be losing out, in my opinion. He'll be losing out. Yeah, I definitely talked to his people about that. I definitely talked to his people about that. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? Definitely talk to his people about that. Appreciate you asking, though. I definitely talk to his people about that. W says these guys are young in love and have time to make a lot of great fights. I don't think they will wait as long as we've been waiting for Spence and Crawford. I agree with that, but their names is not as big as Spence and Crawford either. You have to understand, neither of these fighters are on the pound for pound list. I don't know why Devin Haney wouldn't be on the pound for pound list, but neither of these fighters are on the pound for pound list. Tank Davis, we kind of understand why they're saying he's not on the pound for pound, but he's becoming a highlight reel. He is a highlight reel, and he's fought on pay per view. So I'm still stuck on what the actual criteria is for being on the pound for pound list, because it's getting a little shaky that they just don't want to add all these. Jamel Charlo finally got on there. Devin Haney should be on there right now. Josh Taylor was put on there, no problems. Josh Taylor was on the pound for pound list, no problems. Teofimo Lopez with the franchise belt, no problem. Lomachenko, no problem. And the next one is going to be, knocking at the door for the pound for Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? In a way, is already on the pound for pound list. The next one gonna be knocking on the door if he unifies is in CBS. Cool boy stuff, man. Shout out to Bruce Guys, Boxing Jazz, and more. Salute to Yo G. How you feeling, man? What's good with you? Look, people say it all the time how they over, Errol Spence and Bud, but then a conversation will pop up the very next day, and we're talking about the same thing. That's why I'm advocating to release the fake news from your thought process. Don't even damn plan it and put it into thumbnail and talk about it. There's no need to do it. There's no need for that. Don't even do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just flooding the airways with false information and people getting frustrated. It's easy for the content creators to come in here and talk about it because they talked about it so freaking much. It becomes a choir. It becomes a song. You know what I'm saying? You just want to sing it all the time. Oh, this is what I know about Bud. This is what I know about Arrow. This is what I know about both fighters. We know everything we need to know about it. We know who they fought and all this. Talking about old shit doesn't have any relevance on them fighting now. Like I said before, if one took 90, other took 10%, physically, what does it have to do with anything? Physically, are you going to be a lot more happy? I'm just curious. Are you going to be satisfied now that your fighter got the most money? No, you're not, because you still have to see them step into the ring. You're unsure. You're unsure who's going to win this fight. So therefore, you still have a space of unhappiness because you're not satisfied that the fight's been made, but yet you still got to wait to the fight date. You get to the fight date, now you got to wait for the results of the fight. It's never ending, man. Hold on for a second. Let's see. Zoo is a beast. You talking about Nikita Bobby? I wouldn't call Nikita Bobby a beast now. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but we do have Kubrat Pulev and Derek Chisora coming up. I don't know what's going on between them two. They having a moment of reckoning. That face to face, belly to belly stuff. I don't know. They already fought. I don't know what Kubrat was trying to do by taking off the cap and putting it on his head. I mean, at this point in time, Derek Chisora may understand that he's definitely in there with another fighter who can fight. Kubrat Pulev is coming off a victory over Frank Mir, MMA fighter. Frank Mir was just overly matched when it comes to boxing. Seriously. And Kubrat had his time with him. He had him out on his feet and showed good sportsmanship not to go in and terminate him. Being he was seriously hurt. He looked strong in that fight, but that was on Triller. You know what I'm saying? That was against an MMA fighter. But back to boxing, Kubrat Pulev, man. Derek Chisora is in for another good fight once again. I don't know how he's going to fare. He'd be losing the big fights, but he bring the war, though. Derek Chisora bring the war. That's all I can say about him. He brings the war. Absolutely. He's that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's going to bring it. But I think Kubrat definitely would be too much for him, and he should pick up the win again. Yeah, my fault, baby, man. I was just multitasking, doing certain things, but doing more than one thing. But Nikita Tszyu, man. What you believe is special about him now? I mean, come on now. What about him? So he's a beast. He's a beast. How many fights he had so far? What's his ranking? I know you just putting him up here for boxing conversation. I don't mind it. But to say that he's a beast and he's still building up his record is yet to be seen. But I keep an eye on him. He's in the right division. He's in the right division. We'll see what's up with him. He's in the right division. I mean, he's early in his professional career and he's young. He's a young lion. Let's see how he fares, man. Let's see how he fares. Let's see how he goes with it. I'm telling you, one of the names to look out for that's coming up in welterweight is Jahad Tucker, man. Y'all keep your eye out. They want all the freaking smoke. It's not enough people that's talking about him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to keep an eye on that young hitter. They have confidence. Jahad has confidence as a fighter. I mean, that's all you need. A person that's willing to grind, work, continue to get better. We'll see, man. I mean, a lot of people thought that Edgar Berlanga power line was a demon. You know what I'm saying? They used to think that Edgar Berlanga's power line was a demon. I'm not saying you're wrong. We'll see what Nikita has. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what he has, man, because he's in a division where he's gonna have to use every bit of that alias that he has. You know what I'm saying? The Butcher. He's gonna have to use it up there at 54. Cause there's a lot of competition for him to cut through, God damn it. And he's not even in the top 15 yet. nor has he at least got 8 to 10 fights in that division. We'll see. We will see. His knockout ratio looks good, 100% with 2 fights. I mean, we'll see where it's at, man. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. I'm not going to sit up here and say he doesn't have talent. He's just starting off like a lot of fighters. You know what I'm saying? If he that dude, it definitely will show. My curiosity at 154 is who's Sebastian Fundora going to get next? He said he's ready for Jamel Charlo. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. Seriously. I think Jamel Charlo knocks him cold smack out. Jamel Charlo is that dude, man. Like, that's a good matchup for him to step in there with Sebastian Fundora because he has that power. He has more power than Erickson Lubin. And he's proven to have a chin. You know what I'm saying? He's proven to have a chin. So let's see how that zip line works, man. Let's see how that zip line works. But man, hey, y'all been cool, man. His brother fight him next. His brother fighting him next. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. As always, keep an eye out and speak your minds when you see the clickbait. Let them know that WCS is definitely anti-clickbait, anti-question mark posing. You know what I'm saying? Anti-fake news. You know what I'm saying? Y'all continue to hold it down. Appreciate y'all pulling up and participating today, supporting the channel. All y'all. It's always a pleasure. And hit the like button out the door. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. Salute.